Welcome to another episode of
Knerdout!
I am Randy, this is Brian, and nothing says Halloween better than a new Mezco 112 collected...
Dr. Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster, yeah. You know, have you ever seen the original Frankenstein, like, through and through?
Oh, yeah, long.
Yeah. Frankenstein is one of the Universal monster movies that I have seen, at least twice. Like, you know, like I have memory of it. Like he's not my favorite of the movie monsters, but I like the movie. It's kind of sad because he's sort of a sympathetic creature.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, but Mezco 112 finally came out with this toy. They've been pretty behind. I'm gonna move my son's beautiful pumpkin. Check that out.
He
did
that.
that.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it because it's driving me crazy. Right there. How professional was that? Yeah, I mean, their release schedule is way behind, and I appreciate that because I'd rather them get the kinks out than to release stuff that's going to be problematic. But I love the Mezco 112. We'll start with the packaging. Packaging's pretty boring, but it is cool because you know, it's still classy as hell. Like the magnets.
Yeah.
That's classy shit. But it's boring. You just don't care. We don't usually.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. This thing does nothing for me.
$2?
What?
Why?
It's boring as shit.
It's boring as shit. Okay. Is the character boring, or is it just like
both?
You just like robots.
I like robots. I mean, it's like, I think he looks just like the Frankenstein monster, and that's cool. But give him some shit to put behind him. Like,
I agree.
Give him the whole table, like,
dude. If they make him a monsterizer of the table, I agree. I've been nothing but a supportive of Mezco, but I think that he is lacking the other things that the other figures have had. For example, his only accessories is he's got this crazy head. That's pretty cool.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, and then two hands, and then these handcuffs are really cool. They open and close, so you can put it on.
Awesome.
I
changed my mind. I love it now.
You're just gonna be a dick. Ming, do you like Frankenstein? You know what the problem is?
boring.
He is kind of boring. His articulation isn't as good. Like, there's no ankle pivot, ankle joints. There's no wrist articulation.
But that's probably them being accurate to the
True.
Right.
Right. You're like, what can you do? You're not gonna put Frankenstein in ninja poses, but I do like the option. Like,
I mean, that would be better if they did. And I'm not trying to be hard on it.
You are, but that's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be hard
Okay.
on it. It's just like, you gonna compare that with the Judge Dredd? Like,
That's a good point.
Like, it's got no. I mean, but I guess if it's as good as a Frankenstein can be.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
It is. I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like, I think this is the first one that, with lack of accessories, maybe a display would be really cool. But the retail price of them about being $75, it feels like that's a little too high. Like the other ones,
How much?
75, I think, 80. Get it at MotorCityToyStore.com. By the way, put in the promo code Knerdout and save 5%. Yeah, that's not a very good promo. I'm like, this isn't that great, but buy it from, you know. But
Well,
no, it
if
is
you
great.
like this character, you're gonna love this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to separate. Like, oh man, if I were into Frankenstein. I mean, I'm not into Frankenstein.
Right.
Just give him the table. What was it called? You said
I don't know. The old Remco toy was called the Monsterizer.
Yeah, the Monsterizer. Give him the Monsterizer.
I agree. I think that would add a lot of value to it. I do like the black and white tone that they gave him. I guess there's going to be a previews exclusive.
Green?
What's that?
I want a green one.
Oh, so
I'd like
you
a
would
more
rather
green.
that. See, I like the
black.
black
I don't
and
like
white.
it when they mimic like the limitations of the technology.
I see. You know what? That's an interesting.
But a lot of
point
people
view.
will.
I do prefer the black and white, but you know, ask me how I feel when the Creature from the Black Lagoon comes out.
Is that going to be black and white?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I would want that in color. Like,
but what are they going to do?
I think they're going to be black and white. I think the whole series will be theoretically black and white.
Are they going to do both?
I mean, yeah, I would imagine they'll do the same thing. It's going to get expensive.
But see, that'll be cooler because it's just Frankenstein's a little fucking boring. I mean, it's just like a skull, not a skull cap, but a skull piece and like green makeup.
I understand where you're coming from. I think my issue is the lack of accessories and the lack of articulation that I've come to expect from Mezco. And I do feel he feels a little light. Like, he doesn't feel as high end as some of the other ones do. I like how he's taller. He is taller than the other Mezcos.
That's good.
He's beautifully sculpted. I mean, I really don't think that they could do a better job. He just doesn't feel as much value. Here's what's going to happen, though. When they come out with the next Universal monster, and then they come out with another Universal monster, that Frankenstein, this first one, is going to get so expensive. So if you have any interest in it at all, I would get it while you can, because I think it's gonna be a $200 piece by the time the third Universal monster comes out.
Do they have a Dracula on the way?
Nope, no, nothing else announced.
So what is it they have? The Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Not announced.
Oh,
no,
nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
This is the first one in the series, but yeah.
No, I didn't.
I mean, look, it is
Feels nice.
It's beautiful. It's sturdy. It doesn't have as much articulation. There's not as much you can do with it. But like you said, what are you gonna do with Frankenstein? You go, there's not a whole lot.
Can I do that to him?
Yeah, you can do it. But it is awesome.
No,
I just think that.
Comfortable doing that.
Is it because you can't see the joints underneath?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a troubling thing.
I'm scared of that, actually.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna mess with it, huh?
I'm not gonna break your toy, man.
I think it's kind of like Hot Toys. It's like with some or any action figure, like the figure arts.
Yeah.
Some of them are gonna feel more of a value than the other ones do, or like even a Star Wars Black figure. Like if you buy the Star Wars Black Yoda, you feel like you didn't quite get as much because you got a little guy.
But if you're in on the line, just get it and quit bitching.
Yeah.
It's like they're not going to change prices and stuff and make some of them cheaper. This is the cost of admission.
Yes.
Sometimes you get paid to buy the toy line, and sometimes you pay to be in the
Absolutely.
toy line.
Sometimes you get the
Not
bigger
like this feels like you're getting ripped off.
No.
It's just not as cool as an armored Batman or a Judge Dredd,
And that's personal.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I would say the quality's up there.
The quality's up there. I do have an issue with the lack of articulation, though. Like, I don't know. Like, would the wrist articulation hinder the sculpt? Probably. But would I like to be able to move his wrists? I would. Same thing with his ankle. But again, it's Frankenstein. Like, you're not going to put him in super battle, action poses. This is about where you're going to go with it. I do like his regular face better than his pissed off face, but his pissed off face is far more animated and hilarious.
Yeah. I hope they do Bride of Frankenstein.
That would be cool.
I mean, that would be really cool. But these,
I think Phantom of the Opera would look really good.
That'd be cool. These in a collection.
That's what
and I would love to have a ghoul from Night of the Living Dead.
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah.
exactly
No,
count,
he wouldn't fit in. He wouldn't.
But he'd be sweet, dude.
This
perfect
absolutely.
figure.
You know what? I'm a big fan of Halloween. I think most of us are. I don't know, maybe not. And I like to put out toys during Halloween, and I look forward to putting out this collection every year for Halloween. And I hope it grows, and I will support it. So if you do have an interest in having the collection, get it now, because I think it's I think they do a run, they're done, and then you're gonna be sad that you didn't get Frankenstein. And like I said, I'll tell you, go to MotorCityToyStore.com, put in a promo code Knerdout, and get a little discount and get it now. Keep going, Mezco. I do love you. This isn't my favorite, but I still love you. And that's all I got. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Please subscribe and like. And until next time,
Nerd
out. That was like my Halloween nerd out. It didn't work, huh? Happy Halloween, guys. Stay safe.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.